Why do I say that there is only one path in life? Every time I advise people saying that there is only one path, then almost all of the people, they immediately reject this idea and try to force me to believe that everybody has their own path, right? People like to believe this more liberated view of life where has their own path, their own journey, but I would just like to explain myself why there actually is only one path. Maybe on the superficial level, on the context level, how your pet, what's the story of it? The How long does it take? And what do you need to embody? Like truly, as in looking the movie, your life as the movie, it will be a different movie, right? In that sense, it is a different path. The context is different, but the principles, the the core of it, the energetic truth of it, is the same. It is all about facing the fear of being yourself. It is facing the fear of following the guidance of God. This is all there is. And why I say there is only one path? Because there is only one way to meet, to process that fear of being yourself, your whole self, of following the guidance of God. And that is to fully meet it, to fully meet that fear, to fully experience that fear as the sensation in the body, right? As the trembling, as the shaking in the body. There is only one way to process the fear, by fully meeting it. And how you can meet the fear of life? You can't meet the fear of life if you're preparing yourself for it. For instance, if I'm going right now behind this corner and peep a little bit and see a monster waiting for me, I can prepare myself for that moment, so that moment will not scare me, right? We do this all the time in life, just for that reason, to not be scared, right? To feel good about life. But when we are trying to process the fear within, the fear that is enabling us, that is actually the fear that is not allowing us to be who we are, right? You need to face that fear. If you're constantly just preparing for that fear, if you're constantly trying to control life, you're then just like, you're never facing the fear. You're never experiencing that which is beneath the fear. And so you never embody yourself, and so you're never aware of yourself. So you don't live your full potential, right? And you remain unconscious and disembodied. So the whole point of life is to meet fear, but you can only meet fear when you're living a spontaneous life. Only if I go around this corner totally relaxed and unconscious, let's say automatically about the day, spontaneously about the day, and the monster then catches me off guard, me being fully spontaneous about the moment, only in this way it will fully shock me and scare me, right? And so this is the only way, by going spontaneously about life, to meet fear fully. That's why I say there is only one way in life, not because this is my path and you should be following the way I say or whatever, but because this is the only path that exists. It's the only path that works. It's the most simplest, not because there is a more complex one, but because it is the truth. Like, this is the most grounded we can be. There is no more grounded beneath that, right? This is like we are level 0. You can only meet fear in life when you're being spontaneous about life. So, me in this moment not trying to control how the next moment will be, but me just depending on the current moment and living life. That's it. So not now being in head and thinking how the next moment should be, but now being in the heart fully. So being fully holistically in the moment and allowing for the next moment to surprise me. Being right now fully in this moment so I can experience the fullness of the next moment. That's it. If you will be in the head trying to control how life should be and plan out everything and do all the therapies and tips and tricks and whatever you're listening to and reading and constantly living in the head, you're just constantly taking away from yourself being holistically in the next moment because you're not being holistic right now in this moment. So if you're preparing yourself and already coming close to the next moment and preparing yourself for it, how can you then process the fears of life if you're denying yourself this meeting of the fear of life, right? So you can only experience the fear if you are right now not in the head, dissociated from the body, in the head thinking how life should be, but being holistic in it, feeling and thinking everything that is right now, and being guided in the next moment from this place, from this state of wholeness, openness, right? Being guided, living like this, being dedicated to now, and living like this all of the next moments. Only in this way you truly live spontaneously and holistically, and because of that, calm, unprepared, and holistic in the next moment where maybe it is meant for you to be faced with some fear that you have, and because you're unprepared, you will be scared, and because you're coming from an open place, because you're now being open, you are prepared, you're open to experience that fear, process it through the body, allow it to flow, shake like a little pussycat, and just prove to yourself that you're actually resilient and that you can take it, life as it is, fear and all of that needs to come, and just taking it and remaining like this and proving along the way to yourself your own worth, you as the power, you, somebody now embodied, more conscious, more aware, and therefore more knowing yourself, your talents, your gifts, your intelligence, the value that you actually bring, your authentic value. This is gold. This is gold, truly. And so there is only one way, there is only one path to life. I have just proven it and explained it. So I don't want to hear anymore people telling me, no, Rush, everybody has their own path. Everybody knows what's the best for them. Because it's not true. It isn't true. Life is so simplistic. And because there is so much simplicity in life, it is actually like this: the less you do, the more you can become grounded and face life. It is so, just because of this simplistic reason of life, people make life more complicated and making it into a therapy or tips and tricks as an unconscious excuse to not process their own fear, to not face the fear. It is still a type of manipulating themselves. It is still a degree of trying to control the next moment because I'm too afraid to face life. It is because I think of myself of being too weak to face life as it is, still not being still not proven to yourself that you're actually a powerful, worthy being. That's it. I'm still not worthy of the next moment. So I will do some tips and tricks, meditation, all of this mambo jumbo of spirituality and therapy. I will do all of this because I'm actually not strong enough to face the next moment. This is it. I hope your illusions are falling, crumbling, just like this fake world that we are seeing right now before our eyes, crumbling. So you can actually prove to yourself your power, your sovereignty, independence, intelligence, gifts, and actually start living the purpose of life, which is just you being one with life. That's it. There is no other purpose to life than life itself. This is not a philosophy. I'm speaking about a direct experience. This is to be lived and not think or philosophize about. Right? That's it. Only one path. Prove me wrong.